Hello everyone, this time Tinto Flavour number 15, dated back to 25th of April 2025, about military orders. And yes, I haven't selected that one because there is a world military. No, that wasn't the reason why I've selected that one. Honestly, I don't know what was the other reason. But this is very, very curious. So we have Teutonic Order and Order of Knights Hospitalier. Jesus, for God's sake. Really? What the hell is that on his head? Dear Lord. Oh my God. I mean, that's not better though. Jesus. I mean, that's the one thing I really don't like about that game, and I'm gonna hate it as long as it exists. These 3D models are ass. Okay, either way, let's start about it because that's something unique. So these two, let's say, nations, maybe just call them orders, are somewhat different from classic nations. So let's start reading. I think I will split it into 2 parts. This is very long, by the way. Jeez. I mean, there is a lot of flavor. Okay, I believe that's gonna be like 2 parts at least. Fair enough. So we will start with the reading. I will already click to expand. Hello and welcome one more week to Tinto Flavor, Happy Fridays, in which we take a look at the content of the super secret Project Caesar. They called it Project Caesar then, still. Today we'll be talking about the Christian military orders, and specifically the Teutonic Order and the Knights Hospitaliers. Hospitaliers? I think this is Hospitaliers, but you can tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Let's start without further ado. The glorious Order of Brothers of the German House of Saint Mary in Jerusalem, also known as the Teutonic Order, faces its destiny on the stormy coast of the Baltic Sea. Created to protect the Christian pilgrims on their way to the holy city of Jerusalem, its objective shifted to Christianize the pagan tribes of Prussia and the Baltic through the creation of a state on those lands. Under the leadership of our predecessor, Hochmeister Werner von Orseln, the Teutonic Order has expanded its territorial holdings, but this expansion has not come without consequences. The Order's aggressive policies have created powerful enemies, as the pagan tribes to the east have united and formed the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, then allying with our Catholic southern neighbor and rival, the Kingdom of Poland, which has set aside their Christian duty, joining with the pagans against us. Oh no! The time has come for our order to prove that we are up to the crusading task that we have set for ourselves, and show the world that even surrounded by enemies, our faith stands triumphant. Triumphant? Okay. So that's about Teutonic Order. Yes. Actually, they lived where I live right now. Even in my town, there is a Teutonic Order castle, and we have at least a few around. So, of course, they, in my opinion, they do not look extremely interesting. Most of them are already destroyed in like 70 or 80%. I think there's still Magdeburg or Malbork in Poland, which is quite impressive in size. But I think it's still not the full size of that castle. I mean, it got destroyed. So yeah, but it's close to me. Okay, so the Knights Hospitalier wasn't the guy from Kingdom of Jerusalem. I mean, sorry, Kingdom of Heaven movie. He was Hospitalier, right? They were wearing that black and white uniforms. I might be wrong though. The Knights Hospitalier conquered the island of Rhodos in the early 14th century, spurred by the fall of Acre in 1291, establishing a stronghold that would allow us to pursue our mission to protect Christian pilgrims. Rhodos, a picturesque island in the Aegean Sea, has become a thriving center for our military order, marked by fortifications and a bustling economy. However, this prosperity is countered by relentless attacks by neighboring Muslim fleets, but we have demonstrated remarkable resilience, defending Rhodos through ferocious battles, showcasing our martial prowess and unwavering dedication. Nonetheless, the future of our order looks bleak, as our enemies become more powerful and the disunity among the Catholic countries runs rampant. Okay, recovering the Holy Land seems to be a fading hope with each passing day, but our determination is unbreakable, and we will pursue that objective until our last man falls. Okay, so if there is a specific Tinto flavor for Teutonic Order and also the Knights Hospitalier, I believe there is a dedicated flavor for both. And it's not surprising regarding Teutonic Order because, well, it's in the Eastern Europe. It's quite meaningful for especially for Kingdom of Poland and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. But I'm surprised that there's actually a dedicated flavor for Order of Knights Hospitalier, and I mean that's really cool. I hope that it's possible to recreate the Kingdom of Jerusalem with them. Would be very very nice. Okay, so interestingly, the diplomatic skills by both gentlemen are rather low, but military skills are also not that great. I expected more. Okay, so the Teutonic Order starts with an interesting political and diplomatic situation. It's over there, and I live. Can I say actually I live somewhere here in Varmia? I think so. It's hard to tell from that map, but yeah, something like that. Here in that region. Okay, so we have that. So Varmia is probably the subject of Teutonic Order, and same these little members as well. What we have here? The Teutonic Order has several vassals, including the Livonian Order, which is there, over there. Okay. But also starts at war with Poland and Lithuania, something that is not final, since we are considering representing this Teutonic Polish conflict with a truce, instead as it was resolved peacefully a few years after the start of our game. As far as I know, Poland is not at war with Teutonic Order right now with current version of the game. I think that was part of one of the development... No, I'm sorry, Tinto flavor about the Kingdom of Poland. And Lithuania and Ruthenia. So yeah, they are not at war right now. Lithuania is, but not Poland. So that was the war about the region of Samogitia. That's how I should pronounce it. This is that part of Grand Duchy of Lithuania. All right. While the situation of the Knights Hospitalier is also interesting in a different way. So they live here. What do we have here? A unique location minor with unique content spotted. A unique location minor with unique content spotted. Okay. All military orders share some common flavor, starting with a major government reform. Military order, so that's the reform they start with. Major reform. Country can only have one major reform at a time. Fair enough. And we have clergy levy size. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. Maybe target of military sponsorships. That's very, very curious. Blocked from conversion. Okay. Clergy allowed to lead. Fair enough. Monthly progress to belligerent and monthly progress to offensive. Very nice. The military orders were created in the Middle Ages as a militant body of the Catholic Church. Its members are both warriors, miles and monks, fratres, who take religious vows and are destined to defend and expand Christianity. Alright, so it's like American Blackwater, right? You want to say? Joking. That unlocks some unique buildings. Order headquarters, building type, blah blah blah. Well, there is plenty of information, doesn't say much, so we can just go briefly through it. That increases monthly manpower, for defense, and can recruit regiments here, fair enough. The residence of the Grand Master serves as the base of the Order's operations and is its political center. Order stronghold. Yeah, well, it's funny because that little picture actually looks like the real Teutonic Order castle. Everything was made of red brick, I think in most cases. So yeah, that's very nice. What's that? Clergy power plus 100%, for defense plus 25%. Requirements for construction, blah blah blah. A fortified base of the military orders, strategically positioned for defense and as a launching point for crusades or territorial control. Alright, so that's something different from just standard fort, I believe. Order commandery. What is it? gives the following benefits to its location: manpower to owner, gold to owner. Okay. An order commander is a building owned by the military orders outside their own territory that serves two purposes: getting revenues from the exploitation of the surrounding lands and drafting new members for the order. Okay. Can we build that not on our lands? I don't know what it means though. The order headquarters is a capital only building, so just one per country. Oh, okay. Order headquarters. Where is this? This is order commandery, not headquarters. Fair enough. The order stronghold is a building that you can build in any location you own. Fair enough. That makes sense now. While the order commandery is a foreign building that you can build in the lands of any Catholic country with which you have good relations, making it a powerful tool to support your crusading effort. Oh, so it's like embassy, but very specific to that military order. Nice. Jesus, this is so cool. There's also this estate privilege for your clergy, military orders. Okay, discipline increased for the army, clergy allowed to lead as the military order government reform, discipline, army morale, army maintenance. Wow, that's very, very powerful for, I mean, in terms of military affairs. The military orders were created after the Crusades began as a means of fusing the discipline and devotion of the monks with the martial skill and experience of the knights. They spread throughout Christendom, but other religions also developed similar types of orders involved in wars of religion. I'm wondering whether there is something specific for Islamic nations. That unlocks a unique diplomatic action with other Catholic countries, the sponsorship of military order. Ooh. Students will pay country 0 per month. Students spreads plus 10% embraced institutions to Stockholm. Relationship ends if war breaks out between the two countries. Students gain sponsoring military order. Country gains sponsored military order. Papal states gain 25 opinion of Teutonic order. Doesn't say much to me. But it's interesting. Sponsoring military order. Monthly religious influence. Monthly prestige. Monthly army tradition. Wow, that's pretty cool. As being theocracies, the military order also have access to unique laws and policies such as divine cause. I'm sorry, what is it? 4 defense plus 20%. That sounds like quite a lot. Monthly progress to communalism, 0.10. Implementation status 100%. Divine cause allows the following policies with the following options: safeguard holy sites, combat heresy, expulsion of heathens. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Pursuit of knowledge. While monarchies and republics are content with an existence in the world, the holy state requires a deeper spiritual meaning. A divine cause shall guide our hand to destiny. Then we have some law like holy mission, fortification maintenance minus 20%. Well, that's pretty impressive. Monthly progress to defensive. Holy mission allows the following policies: internal mission, external mission, balanced mission, commercial mission, mission of protection, mission to civilize, mission on the high seas. The guideline for every single one of our actions is the holy mission we have received from our divine ruler. The vision the higher power has foreseen for us shall come to fruition. Alright, there's plenty of that, by the way. Monastic order. And again, fortification maintenance minus 20%. Monthly progress to quality 0.10. Okay, this country is ruled by the members of a monastic order. The order's hierarchy and rules replace the need for most laws and administration. A marriage law, celibacy. What's that? Going to the more unique content for each, the knights have access to a couple more reforms and privileges. Crusade in the sea. Galley build cost minus 50%. Galley repair cost minus 50%. Galley maintenance cost minus 50%. Holy shit. Army disembark speed plus 10%. Monthly progress to naval. Monthly progress to belligerent. As our focus changed from defending castes in the Holy Land to fighting pirates and heathens in the seas, we had to change the way our order operates. Galleys will be our battlefields and our first bulwarks against the enemies of Christ. My lord. They went really mad. Autonomous local commanders. Monthly army tradition. Monthly progress to decentralization. This is the estate privilege, okay? Yeah, everything is focused around military, by the way. There is nothing else, basically. The local commanders that man the posts of our order have long demanded increased autonomy in the name of efficient self-governance and Alliance to our cause. Allegiance? Allegiance? And I have no idea how to pronounce it again. Oh, okay. I have to check that, by the way. The Teutons start with another unique estate privilege and a work of art. Culm law. What is it? Maximum tax for burgher estate minus 10%? Okay. And what's that? That increases, power of someone. It's 40%, which is quite a lot. A modified version of the Magdeburg law. The Culm law is the privilege granted to all cities in Prussia, which secured the mercantile interest of the city merchant guilds and granted them significant autonomy from their overlord. All right. I don't know how it applies to anything. It looks like a penalty, but whatever. Chronicon Terrae Prussiae. This is a writer, Peter von Duisburg. Type Chronicle, origin Marienburg. Oh, I called it Magdeburg. I mean, Malbork is Marienburg. Sorry. Magdeburg is something else. My bad. Well, yeah, okay. This is Marienburg, of course. Which is I don't know, like Maria's town or something like that. I've heard something about it before, but I'm not entirely sure. But in Polish, it's Malbork. A chronicle written in Latin of the Teutonic Order in Prussia, and it details their arrival in the area and their wars against the pagan tribes there, and both have their own set of advances. Okay, here we have Teutonic advances. How much is left, by the way? Because I feel like we are almost at the end. Okay, so that's gonna be only a single episode. Let's go quickly through that. And again, we have advances which are, well, mostly military oriented. Discipline plus 5%, Crusader discipline. Our Grand Order was forged in the flames and blood of the Third Crusade during the siege of Acre in 1191. While we originally nursed the sick and feeble, the Order has transformed into a militarized group of knights of unbreakable devotion and discipline. Cool. Teutonic heavy cavalry, yeah, that's well known. Cavalry power plus 10%, cavalry maintenance cost minus 10%. That's pretty impressive. But looks like wait a second. No, they don't share it. I don't think that Hospitaliers have access to Teutonic heavy cavalry. Definitely not. What do we have here? Reformed Order Army. Non-cultural levy size plus 10%. The German knights, veterans from crusades, and countless European wars are simply not numerous enough to remain the base of our armies. Now we must reorganize the army to pave the way for domestically levied regiments capable of replacing the knights on the battlefield. Okay. By the way, we have here the Teutonic shield, or with the cross. Next is Teutonic religious authority, monthly religious influence plus 0.10, pop conversion speed plus 20%. We will put an end to the practice of loose religious autonomy of the local bishops within our realm. All religious matters, from taxation to conversion of the locals, will from now on be state matters. Alright. Yeah, that's not military focused. So yeah, that's surprising. By the way, looks like most of them are quite early technologies. I'm very curious how that's gonna affect the late game. Like when we get to, maybe this is not the late game, but like 17th century or 18th century. Is there a specific flavor for them as well? One state, one religion, tolerance of the true faith. Reserve all state offices only for those of our religion. Heretics and heathens are no longer welcome in our realm. Alright. Okay, just realized, they said these are Teutonic advances, so of course they are not available for Hospitaliers. Here we have advances for the Knights Hospitaliers. Assistance to the suffering, Reconquista of the Sea, galley power plus 20%, ship capture chance plus 20%, Scourge of the Corsairs, a never-ending crusade, an order with a state. Sorry. Okay, my bad. Let's read it briefly. Army reinforced cost minus 20%. Sounds like a lot. The order is named the Knights Hospitalier for a reason. We were originally the protective force of a pilgrims' hospital in Jerusalem. Though Jerusalem is lost to the Saracens, we'll still provide medical aid to those in need, including our brave knights who heartily return to the battlefield much faster than most armies. Alright. Then we have that Reconquista of the Sea. In our frequent clashes with the dreaded corsairs of the Turkish and barbarian menaces, the thought has occurred to us that the corsairs might have the right idea about seagoing, looting, and pillaging of the coast, but that they are directing their predations to the wrong targets. Piracy may be a vile sin in peacetime, but in times of war it's known as privateering, and that's surely another thing altogether, right? It's funny. Yeah, well, good argument, by the way. Scourge of the Corsairs. Naval damage done was 10%. Okay? The famed Turkish privateer Hayreddin Barbarossa fought many legendary encounters against the knights, but Barbarossa was hardly the only corsair we've encountered. Turkish raiding and looting of all of southern Europe, tolerated by the barbarous states and funded by the Turks, must end. The knights will do their job protecting innocent sailors at any cost. So, looks like the Hospitaliers are truly focused on naval fighting, which makes them kind of unique and different from Teutonic Order, which is the land force in most cases. A never-ending crusade. Discipline plus 5%. Okay, that's very similar to the Teutonic one. Our mission will never finish as long as any Catholic can be in danger for religious reasons. Of course, that's the main reason. Bid to pilgrimage to the tomb of our Lord and Savior, or simply cross the seas without fear of the corsairs. We'll never stop training to be prepared to enter combat immediately. Sounds decent, man. An order with a state increases manpower plus 12.50% and recruitment speed plus 20%. I mean, those bonuses for military affairs are huge. While some nations are often described as an army with a state, we, on the other hand, have always been an order with a nation, dating back to our acquisition of Rhodes from the Romans. Nevertheless, we can't help but admire how efficiently they have harnessed their resources to become a formidable nation. Inspired by their success, we will implement reforms to ensure our military can confront any adversary with confidence. Cool. I mean, I really like that. This is military oriented. Something I truly like. I'm very curious how it is to play these two orders. Okay, and we are almost at the end. The Teutonic Order and the Knights also have a few dozen unique events each, but since today's Tinto Flavour is already long enough, let's just show one example per each. St. George's Night Uprising. So this is something, some event in Estonia. I'm not gonna read it. Just, well, when we play, we will see it, of course. There is some option. Damn them. Every owned Estonian pop in Estonia provinces loses 50% pop satisfaction and joins St. George's Night Uprising of them. 75% of them also have changed religion to Muinaisusko. No idea what's that. St. George's Night Uprising gains 150% progress. Teutons gets the event Estonian insurgents attack Livonia. Alright. And then we have Aftermath of the Crusade era. What is it? This is, I believe, for Hospitaliers. Okay, that's something I'm curious. In 1291, Akka fell to the Egypt, and with it, our last foothold in the territories of the Holy Land. Our hopes and faith were put to the test as we were pushed back by the heathens. Our bloody struggle amounted to not more than piles of bodies and shame. Since then, we retreated to Cyprus and later to Rhodos in an effort to regain our balance and eventually retake lands rightfully ours. However, as time goes on and the old guard that took part in the siege of Akka has departed this world, many voices in our court have given rise to doubts regarding the nature of our order. We remain crusaders at heart. Look inwards, we must develop our stronghold. We must not disturb the status quo. Oh, interesting. So maybe we can actually change from being the order to something else. Very, very interesting. Okay, that's all. Yeah, that's all. I don't need to read it. Cool. So one episode, by the way, 25 minutes already. That looks very promising to me. I'm truly interested in playing either Teutonic Order or Hospitaliers. I would love to play Hospitaliers because I always wanted to recreated Kingdom of Jerusalem because I love Kingdom of Heaven movies. So that's it. That's the only reason basically. And as Teutonic Order, I would also like to play them because when I was a kid, uh, I had a uniform of Teutonic Order. So yeah, I mean the costume that was pretty cool. And um, by the way, I love knights. Even if they sometimes weren't honorable and their I mean ideas and motives were kind of vague and unclear, and usually it was all about money. So uh, yeah, that I mean debatable topic, right? But still, I like them, and I would love to try playing as them and see what we can do. So, of course, you need much more experience if you want to enjoy them because they are probably quite advanced countries to play, nation orders, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, okay, that's it. Tinto Flavor 15 about military orders. I hope you like it, and hopefully see you in the next one. So once again, thank you. See you. See you. Oh, I mean, see you next time. See you and goodbye. I hate endings. Goodbye.